Long ago, in a distant town, 3 brothers lived together. 2 of them shared the same mother, while the youngest had a different mother. Before their father died, he gathered them beside his bed and said, "Everything I own belongs equally to the 3 of you. Never treat your younger brother unfairly. In the end, only kindness and justice remain." But after the funeral, the eldest brother ignored his father's words. "There's no need for a judge," he said. "We can divide everything ourselves." He took the fertile wheat fields, the orchard, the strong animals, and the largest part of the house. The middle brother received a modest share, but the youngest was left with a poor patch of land, a few old wooden boards, and 3 thin donkeys. The youngest brother did not complain. He simply took his donkeys and worked day and night, carrying goods across the town to earn enough food to survive. One hot summer evening, exhausted after hours of work, he sat beneath a tree to rest. A soft wind moved through the grass as the sun slowly disappeared behind the hills. Then he noticed something unusual. A tiny mouse was pushing dirt out of a hole in the ground, while a small beetle carried the dirt away. The 2 creatures worked together as if they were building a hidden home beneath the earth. The young man smiled sadly. "Poor little creatures," he whispered. "You're struggling just like me." Touched by pity, he gently stroked one of his donkeys and said, "I wish I could help you somehow." Not long afterward, he fell asleep beneath the tree. In his dream, an old man dressed in white appeared before him and said, "A gift given with a pure heart never leaves a man poor." When the young man awoke, the sky had already darkened, but strangely, his heart felt lighter than before. The next morning, he returned to the same place. Suddenly, the little mouse appeared from its hole carrying a gold coin in its mouth. The young man stared in disbelief. The mouse dropped the coin onto the ground and disappeared again. Moments later, it returned with another coin. Again and again, the tiny creature brought more gold until a shining pile of coins lay beneath the morning sun. At last, the mouse tried to carry one coin back into its hole. The young man laughed softly. "No, little one," he said. "A true gift should never be taken back." The mouse froze for a moment, almost as if it understood his words, then quietly vanished into the darkness below. From that day on, the youngest brother's life slowly changed. Instead of wasting the gold, he joined his middle brother and bought a small shop in the marketplace. One brother welcomed customers with honesty and warmth, while the other managed the business wisely. Little by little, the shop became successful, and people throughout the town began to admire the 2 brothers. One day, the daughter of the king's minister visited the market searching for fine silk. When she entered the shop, she immediately noticed the youngest brother. His clothes were simple, but there was calmness and sincerity in his face. "How much is this fabric?" she asked. The young man smiled gently. "If it is for you," he replied, "pay only what feels fair." The girl was deeply touched by his kindness. There was no greed in his voice, no arrogance, only honesty. After that day, she found many excuses to return to the shop, and before long, her mother realized that her daughter had fallen in love. The minister's wife secretly investigated the 2 brothers. She discovered that despite their growing wealth, they remained humble, generous, and respectful to everyone around them. One evening, she visited their home herself. What she saw impressed her greatly. Even after all the injustice they had suffered, the brothers still spoke kindly of others and lived simple lives. That night she told her husband, True wealth is not gold or land. These young men possess something far more valuable: honor. Soon afterward, a grand wedding was held at the minister's house, and the two brothers married the minister's daughters. But the true wonder of the story was not the gold, the success, or the marriage. The real wonder was this: even after suffering injustice and hardship, the youngest brother had kept his heart kind. People often wondered where the mysterious gold had truly come from. Some believed the mouse guarded an ancient treasure hidden beneath the earth. Others said the old man in white had been a spirit sent to test the young brother's heart. But the youngest brother never searched for answers. To him, the lesson mattered more than the miracle itself. The world changes, he would often say, when people choose kindness instead of greed. And his story was told for generations beside evening fires,